Alright guys, welcome back to the Rangers Football Manager 2023 career mode. We are here live on Twitch. If you're not live on Twitch, do not panic, do not fear. The Rangers career will be on YouTube eventually. It will get uploaded. So whether you're watching it live on Twitch or whether you are watching it on a delay on YouTube, I appreciate your view nonetheless. Now, it has been a while since I was live streaming on Twitch. I think it was the last day of 2022 to be exact. I know that's not good enough. I am going to try and stream more though. I'm going to try and get live on Twitch more. I'm going to try and do it, not daily, but I'm going to try and do it at least a couple of times a week. Because let's be honest, I need to start streaming more. I'm going to try and do it because I am a trier. Now, speaking of trying, we're going to be trying to get Rangers back on track today in our Football Manager save. We started pretty well, however, a draw against Hibernian and the whole thing went to shit. We drew with Hibs, we lost to PSV in the Champions League playoff qualifier, and then we lost the Old Firm game to Celtic. So it's not good enough, it hasn't been good enough. But I did accept that the likelihood of us doing anything impressive in the first season was not high. You know, I don't rate this team. I think we are quite a long way behind Celtic. So I'm not sitting here thinking that, you know, I should be winning the league or I should be competing. I think we need a couple of transfer windows before we can realistically challenge. And speaking of Champions League, like I said, we will not be competing in that going forward. It will be Europa League action for us. And look, I know it's not what everybody wants. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you get told you're going to McDonald's and you can't wait to get your wee Happy Meal, and then you get to McDonald's and it's shut, so you have to settle for a kid's meal at a Burger King instead. You know, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. It's better than going home and getting a slice of fucking toast. And in this case, domestic football in Scotland is comparable to a slice of toast. But with that said, let's get into our Europa League action. We're taking on FEYENOORD in the first group game of Group F, so I'll be hoping that we can go out and absolutely set an example. Now, we only lost to Celtic by 3-2, but I do feel like we have got, I feel like we've got like I feel like we've got like revenge for some reason, you know, because we did lose to Celtic, we drew with Hibs, in this cup we sneaked past Partick Thistle, so like the results haven't been good enough, and I can accept that. So I'm going into, I feel like I've got something to prove, you know, but it is what it is. To prove it, we need to win. So that's how we prove it, by winning. And we didn't win against Celtic. That's the biggest one, unfortunately. But, you know, we can still do a good job going forward. And if we can get some wins at today's episode, let's make no mistake about it. Europa League, Aberdeen, we've got big games coming up next. Obviously, we lost the biggest one. We've lost the biggest two games of the season so far, that being the Champions League playoff and the first Old Firm game of the season, but we can still bounce back well. It's all about how we respond. You know, we can respond well, we can get ourselves back on track, or we can just roll over, have our bellies tickled, and die. And I don't think that's the Rangers' way, so we're not going to do that. You know, we're going to fight. We're going to give it everything we've got, and hopefully we can get a lot of wins today. But here we see, here's the Champions League. This is what we should have been in. This is what we could have been in. But we bottled it. There's no other way to put it. You know, we should have been in Europe's biggest competition, but nah, we decided to. Well, I didn't do it on purpose, but we just weren't good enough. You know, so it is what it is. Let's see, scouting. I would like to scout further away, but again, it's difficult with the lack of money. We did get John McLaughlin and Borna Barisic though in the team of the week. We got Barisic in as a left midfielder. Kind of surprised that we lost to Celtic, but still got two players in the team of the week, and McLaughlin, who conceded 3 goals, got in the team of the week. That's a little bit surprising to me. Not going to lie, don't necessarily say I agree with it either, but who knows? Maybe it was a bunch of Rangers people picking the team of the week. But if that's the case, then I'm sure they would have picked more Rangers players. I don't know. Barisic and McLaughlin, kind of a weird choice, if you ask me. But Anthony Fitzpatrick has been on Twitter and he's been saying, please start Connor Golds, and he gets it. What does he get? Pumped every single game? No thank you. Speaking of getting pumped, PSV, who qualified for the Champions League instead of us, just lost 3-0 to Juventus. So that could have been our group. Look at that. We could have been in a group with Juventus, Bayern Munich and Sporting Lisbon. Maybe we did. Maybe us not qualifying in hindsight was actually a good thing. Could you imagine that group? Holy shit, the tankins we would have been getting taken on that, man. That would have been, it shouldn't have been, that, I don't mean, the matches against those teams shouldn't be on Twitch, should be Pornhub, man. The amount of beatings and pumpings that we would have took in that Champions League group. So you know what, maybe us not being in it isn't the end of the world. I still think we're going to have a good run. I'm looking at this Europa League group and we should be able to get out of it, but let's go. Let's get off to a good start. Now, is this, let me see, do I put Barisic back in? I'm going to say no, but he did get in the team of the week, so I'm kind of tempted. Connor Goldson will be coming back in for Lee and King. Goldson and Davis seem to be getting a good partnership going, so we will keep that going. Mentality wise, I'm gonna go positive. I mean, we are in the Champions League, we are at home, so I do want to take it to these teams. We're going to have Tavernier on attack, we'll have Ridvan Yilmaz on attack. People are saying play McGregor instead of McLaughlin, but I think McLaughlin's been doing okay, and if you look at his average rating for the season, it's 7.17. That's alright. I don't think there's any need to change that. Kamar Roof could be back soon. He won't be back today, but he'll be back soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. And that is it. James Sands is unregistered for this competition, so this is how we're going to be lining up then. I'm looking at players on the bench that could potentially come in. Leon King had a good game last time, but I don't think it's good enough to get him in. You know what? I'm going to start Glenn Kamara. Screw it. Let's give Glenn Kamara a chance over Ryan Jack. I think Glenn Kamara played no bad in the last game, so that's it. That's the change it will make, and we'll see how we get on then, and we'll see if we can do this. But this is it. Europa League, first game of the group stage. Can we win? Can we defeat FEYENOORD? I'm hoping so. Enjoy the match. Go out and play your own game. Fair enough. But I tell you what, you can only enjoy the match if you win the match. It's hard to enjoy the match if you don't win. I would be seriously worried if the players were enjoying the match but not winning. You know, that would be ringing alarm bells. Anyway, let's look at this FEYENOORD side. I look at it, man, and I don't know. It doesn't look that good to me. I think we should be winning this. You can see half a Ibrox in the corner there's just been missing. It's almost like a skyscraper's just came in and wiped it down. Maybe they didn't pay their taxes. Maybe the royal family came and took some of the Ibrox back. Like, right, you only pay the money, we'll just wipe out about 8,000 of your seats in the corner. Maybe that's what happened. But anyway, here we go. We will be getting us kicked off then. So 3 minutes in, the ball boys are getting a good angle. Hopefully they don't get to see a good goal here. Hopefully get to see some good defending. Ball into the back post. Davis comes away, heads at, and I believe there's been a goal in the other game. It's Union Berlin have taken the lead, and that ball slid across the 6-yard box, but it's John McLaughlin. Safe hands. Wee Johnny with the save. When Davis out to Ridvan Yilmaz. Yilmaz back to Davis. Davis now spins around. He finds Connor Goldson. Like I said, they have been creating a pretty decent partnership at the moment, so I will be looking to continue that. What a chance that is, and it's Cholak. Antonio Cholak takes advantage, takes opportunity of the mistake at the back, and I tell you what, it's not the greatest goal we have ever scored, but they all count, and I will happily accept that gift from FEYENOORD. So will Cholak as well. I mean, easy goal for Cholak, literally could not miss from there, and he didn't. So it's Rangers 1, FEYENOORD 0. Sinamaski, good defending there. Kamara just gets a leg in, gets a tackle in. Now it's Dilrosun and Kamara again. And I'll tell you what, we put Kamara in, we had some, as soon as I'm about to give him some credit there, he loses the ball with a misplaced pass. That's not great. Ball now out to Pedersen. It's headed away by Ridvan Yilmaz. Lundstrom flicks it on to Cholak. Cholak drops deep, finds a Ryan Kent. Now Kent can charge at the FEYENOORD defence, and it's a decent ball for Tillman. Coleman then back to Kamara. Kamara pings it out to Rabbi Matondo. Cholak off the bar. Cholak coming in, hit the header. Damn it, I thought that should be 2-0. I don't think it should be 2-0. I know it should be 2-0. It's a great chance, man. but instead our header comes crashing after the bar, man. Should have done better. Should have been a goal, but it's not. And Feyenoord are still in this thing. Hanko with a cross in, back post, Ridvan Yilmaz again, first one to it, Pedersen will collect, Pedersen goes in the right hand side, but again Ridvan Yilmaz with the defending. I tell you what, I think he won it back. Every time I go to give someone praise, they end up losing the ball, so maybe I need to stop being a positive person. Maybe I need to stop dishing out the praise. Maybe I just need to be giving out insults and middle fingers. I tell you what, I'll give a big massive middle finger to that prick whoever just lost the ball. I think it was Tav. It's Idrissi. Idrissi now in to Timber. It's a deflection. And Rangers defence goes Timber. And I've got to blame Tavernier. He gave the ball away and it led to that goal. Unbelievable. Union Berlin are winning 3-0. If anyone cares. Union Berlin flying ahead in this group. That's massive there for them. And we get to half time then, guys. 1-1. It's not been a disaster, but we should, in my opinion, be at least 2 up. Cholak hitting the header with a really good opportunity. Didn't take it. And could come back to haunt us. Let's see. You're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. Never mind half time. Full time. That's the magic word. We need to work hard until full time. Pedersen has been booked, I noticed, so here goes Troner. Troner to Timber. He wasn't the goal scorer, but he set up the goal. Plays it to Hanko. Rabbi Matondo, that's a good challenge, but Hanko will deliver. He gets the ball again, and no, it's Sinaski. Oh, and now it's Feyenoord's chance to hit the crossbar. Damn it. What a goal that would have been. I say damn it as if I'm disappointed. I'm delighted that the crossbar saved us, but yeah, Feyenoord are beginning to come into this game a lot more now. Right, we are into the 67th minute. We are going to make some substitutions here. Ryan Kent looks injured. That's the last thing we wanted to see. We're going to bring on Fashion Sakala. Fashion Sakala can play as the inside forward on attack. Who else? Yeah, Tillman. Rabbi Matondo's had a shite game. Oh my god, look at these options. We'll bring on Scott Wright. I'll swap Wright and Sakala. I mean, I'm not happy with these options whatsoever. I just don't want to be bringing Scott Wright on in European games, but at the moment we're going to have to do it. Who else we're going to bring on? I don't know. I don't really know why to take Cholak off. I think Cholak's having a good game. Tillman looks a bit tired. We'll bring on Tom Lawrence, and Glenn Kamara currently has a yellow card, so I think we will bring on Scotty Arfield then, and he can play as the advanced playmaker, because we are going to go for this. So yeah, let's see if we can make these 4 substitutions, and hopefully let's give the team talk as well. We've got enough time to make an impact here. No pressure, guys. Never mind. There's lots of pressure. I expect you to make an impact. Go out there and grab the winner. Don't bother coming back at the end of the 90 minutes. That's got to be the message that we give to these lads. Right. Again, not a lot happening here. It's been a very quiet game. Let's demand more from the team. We've got one more sub. We're going to use it. Who we'll bring on? You know what? We'll bring on Borna Barisic, because Yilmaz does have a yellow card, and I think maybe Barisic, he can get us a good delivery or 2 in, with his left foot. So hopefully he can get some good crosses into the box. Union Berlin are now 5-1 up in that other game, and maybe we can get a cross in here. Like I said, Barisic has got good deliveries. It's Arfield with a delivery. His own, and it's Scott Wright, the man that we didn't want, the man that wasn't good enough for European football. He's scored, but no. VAR. No. Goal! What? Fuck! Screwed, man. Absolutely screwed. Scott Wright. First goal of the season. Disallowed. Joke. Can't believe it, man. Scott Wright. Thought he was going to prove me wrong. Thought he was going to go from Scott Wrang to, his namesake, Scott Wright. But nah, there's nothing right about Scotty. He's pish. Couldn't even stay on side for the goal. Absolute joke. And it's finished at Ibrox. Rangers 1. Feyenoord 1. I have to we'll sympathise with the team. I mean, it's either sympathise or throw the water bottle. And there's only so many times you can throw the water bottle before you get taken to court for assault or some shit like that. So yeah, I will save the water bottle for when we lose to Celtic. Ryan Kent injured. He's going to be to 1 to 3 days. It's not too bad. We can live with him. He can miss training for a few days. I'm sure he'll be back for the Aberdeen game. At least I'm hoping he's back for the Aberdeen game. It's a trip to Pittodrie. It's a big one. Make no mistake about it. Aberdeen will be up for it. They're sitting in 7th. Aberdeen will be desperate to get something out of that game, and will be desperate to make sure they don't. But look at that. Hearts just lost 7-0. Let's not look past that there. Can we go back? UEFA Europa League. I definitely seen Hearts lose 7-0. Where are we? Where the hell are we? I seen it. I'm no blind. I'm no going doolally. Holy shit, man, they did. Jesus Christ. Come on, Hearts. How you doing that to me? I mean, Freiburg's not exactly the greatest team ever, and they've won 7-0. Peterson getting a hat-trick, man. What? God damn it. That should be Robbie Nielsen out of a job. You can't lose 7-0. I mean, well, Gio Van Bronckhorst lost 7-0 and 7-1, and he kept his job for a while, but still. That's embarrassing. That's not good enough, man. That's not good enough. Anyway, let's move on. Scottish football. What a disaster. Celtic losing 3-0. I mean, we snatched a draw, and then Hearts losing 7-0. Not a great advert so far for Scottish football in Europe. I know it's only match day 1, but I think we could have expected and maybe hoped for a wee bit better. Our next game in the Europa League, by the way, will be against Union Berlin. And of course, we are going to have to come out firing in that one. We can't afford to lose that. We lose to Union Berlin and we find ourselves 5 points behind them after just 2 games. So the pressure is going to be immense. St Johnstone have just beat Kelly by 1-0. Not much. That doesn't really affect us whatsoever. I don't know why it would affect us, to be honest. Yeah, should I bring in McGregor? I don't know. I still think McLaughlin's doing alright. But I guess if we're having the European games on the midweek, then maybe we could bring in McGregor. Or what about Robbie McCrory, actually? Maybe McCrory could be an option. Right, let's go then. Celtic have just beat... lucky man, Anthony Ralston, 72 minute. Bloody hell, Anthony Ralston. We're going in the 72nd minute, man. Joke. Absolute joke. Just when you thought Celtic were about to drop points, man, and we had an opportunity to catch up, you get told no, you essentially get told to fuck off. You ain't catching up nothing. Because the gap remains the same. Right, okay. We've had an offer here for Jacob Pasikas. No idea who he is. If Stranraer want him, I tell you what, they can have him because he's not going to be playing for us anytime soon. So, yeah, knock yourselves out, Stranraer. As long as you're giving us the money to send him down on the train, then by all means, take the guy on loan. Hopefully he can improve playing shitey League 2 standard football. Anyway, let's do it. Aberdeen up next. They're sitting 7th in the table. We are sitting in 4th. So yeah, pretty big game, no doubt about it. Will we make changes? It's recommending that we go cautious against Aberdeen. I just don't think that's acceptable. Surely not. We're not going to do that. By the way, guys, we're not. Ryan Kent not fully fit. That is disappointing. We will bring in. Scott Wright did score, but it was an offside goal. You know, I mean. Yeah, we'll give Scott Wright another chance. We'll give Scott Wright a chance against his former team. I feel like if we play him against his former team, he might be more likely to do something. Same with Ryan Jack. So we're going to play the Aberdeen lads. I don't know why we've signed so many players for Aberdeen, to be honest, but that's a totally different question. But yeah, we'll rest Goldson as well. His fitness isn't exactly great, so Goldson can come out. Leon King can come in. What about Sands, actually? Do I maybe want Sands in there? Can we have Sands? Roof should be back soon as well, so we've got options. Do we start with Ellis up front? No, of course we don't. I feel like Cholak needs a break, but he's got 10 goals. He's like carrying the whole team at the moment, so I can't take him out, but he must be sick of playing every single game, man, because that's what it feels like at the moment. I'm going to play Borna Barisic as well. I know we've been giving Ridvan Yilmaz opportunities lately, and rightfully so, because he's got a lot of potential. I mean, if you look at his value now, he's valued apparently between 15 and 20 million. So if we did want to cash in on Yilmaz, it looks like we could. But for this game, I'm going to put in Barisic. And do we bring in McGregor? Do we give McGregor a chance? You know what? I'm going to do it. We'll do it. Alan McGregor. If it comes back to haunt me, I'll blame every single one of you. So there you go. I'm wiping my hands of this decision. I'm making the decision, but I'm not taking the blame for the decision. So here we go. But no danger. We know that McGregor will have a good game. McGregor will do what McGregor does. Clean sheet. Prediction time. I'm gonna go 1-0 Rangers. I think we'll just nick it. I'd take any sort of win. I don't care how much we win or how bad we play or how many goals we score, how many goals we concede. As long as we score more than Aberdeen, that's all I really want today. Let's see here. We're favourites. Go out and play like it. We are the favourites, so let's make sure we do go out and play like it. And let's go and get our result. Recent form. 2 wins at our last 5. Not great. It's not great. It's not horrible. Well, I was going to say it's not horrible. It's pretty horrible, isn't it? Who am I trying to kid? Who am I trying to kid? If you're a Diddy team, then 2 out of 5, isn't the worst in the world. But when you're Glasgow Rangers, you should be aspiring to try and win, more than two games in 5. But here we go. Borna Barisic booked already. Hits a ball in. It's away. It's Clarkson. Brings it down. We know this guy can score some screamers, but I don't think he can score for here. As good as he is, I don't think Clarkson is going to score for about 80 yards away, and he doesn't. Lundstrom, big ball forward. It's Rabbi Matondo. Matondo into the box, and Matondo skies it over the bar. Should have done better. Just lack of composure, man. Lack of quality as well. Lack of everything. Lack of ability. Lack of football and brain. And the only reason we signed him is because we had a fucking lack of funds, I'll tell you that. If we had somebody better, I don't think Matondo would be in this team. Archie McGregor, man, what is happening? We've went with your namesake, Alan McGregor, in net, so if McGregor concedes today, mate, you're getting 100% to blame it, not me. But we're not conceding, it's Antonio Čolak with the goal. You talk about conceding and then Aberdeen go and concede. What a moment. That's his 11th goal of the season. Antonio Čolak is on fire. Just give him the golden boot right now. Forget about your Ronaldos and Messis, man. Just give it to this guy. Antonio Čolak, get the Puskas Award and just hand it to him. Just give him to him at half-time. He doesn't need to come back out. He's scoring goals for fun and he's done it again here. So we have the lead at half-time. I actually predict it 1-0. It's very early days. There could be more goals in the second half, but I'm happy with how we're going. So let's see if we can don't get complacent. That's the main thing. We're ahead. Oh my God, Borna Barisic is not happy about that. Neither's Malik Tillman. I've pissed the players off at half time. How's this happened? Well, we'll see. I'll just let it go for now. How am I doing, mate? I am doing really good. I'll be doing even better though if we win this game. But I tell you what, this is dangerous. It's Clarkson, edge of the box. This guy can hit them. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Clarkson, man. I thought he was about to score. I thought I'd put the scud on us. How are you, mate? That's the big question. How are you? 59 minutes gone, 60 minutes gone now. We're into the last half an hour. And we just need to try and see this game out. And I think we're going to do that with some negative tactics. So let's go balanced. We're going to go a bit slower. We're going to bring down the tempo. We're not going to hit early crosses. I don't know why we're hitting early crosses anyway. I think that's so I can get Barisic and all that to deliver the crosses. But I think at this stage I kind of just want to slow the play down. Hold on to possession. Just take the ball away for Aberdeen. And try and see it to win. Malik Tillman we're going to take off. We'll bring on Tom Lawrence. We'll bring on Scotty Arfield as well for John Lundstrom. Actually, I will. We'll take off both Lundstrom and Jack. We'll bring on... We'll give James Sands a game, even though the guy is fucking terrible. We'll give him a game for the sake of it. And you know what else we're going to do? I can't believe I'm going to do it, but we're going to bring Alfredo Morelos on. We're going to take Čolak off. We're going to bring Alfredo on. And Alfredo can play as a pressing forward on attack. And he can show us what he's got in the last, 15 minutes? I mean, I think Morelos has always liked a goal against Aberdeen. So let's see if we can get one here. And will we make one more change? We won't. We won't actually, no, but we'll leave that for now. Or to bring Fashion Sakal on. We could bring Fashion on. Aye, we will. We'll bring Fashion on for Rabbi Matondo. So there you go. We have made all 5 substitutions in the one go. Yeah, mate, I have to play like Gio. I have to do whatever it takes to get the win. Negative tactics. But I tell you what, if Gio could have got wins like I did, then he wouldn't be sacked, that's for sure. If Gio's negative tactics won in the Champions League, he wouldn't have been considered. Oh, Jesus Christ, McGregor! McGregor's come out. It's Duke. Duke. Oh, brilliant stop. Who is that? I think it was Goldson. Brilliant interception for Goldson, and Al McGregor proving that he is too old. He's done. He's past it. He's absolute shite. Not a new contract for McGregor. It'll be retirement home for McGregor, but he's lucky it didn't cost us there, or it would have been a bullet for McGregor. But oh, Barisic hits the top of the net, and that should do it. 3 minutes he had it on time. I can't see anybody back for everybody now, and there's not. It's full time. We've done it. I predicted 1-0, and we got a 1-0 win. I can't say I'm overly impressed, but it's 3 points. You know, take it. It's whether we win 4-0, 5-0, 1-0. It's 3 points. That's what I wanted. But I tell you what, I mean, McGregor did do his best there. I don't know what he was doing at the end, running out like that, and basically allowing Duke to go clean through on goal. Thankfully, Goldson got back in time to get a crucial interception on it. And yeah, we get the win. So 7 games in now, we are trailing Celtic by 3 points. We're trying to keep the pressure on them. But I tell you what, that's a difficult game. Pittodrie away is difficult. Well, I mean, obviously it's away because you're in Pittodrie, but you get my point. Aberdeen away is a difficult game. Hearts with a big 3-0 win against St Mirren. They now move into the European places as well. And it looks like Craig Halkett got Player of the Week. And I believe it is back now to Europa League, isn't it? Europa League. Let's have a look at the schedule. The Union Berlin won their opening game. Yeah, it is. So it's going to be Union Berlin in Germany, followed by Dundee United at home. I mean, Union Berlin, with a massive win on the opening day of the group stage, they beat, Slovakia 5-1. So, yeah, man, they will be full of confidence. It's going to be a tough game for us, no doubt about it. Hopefully we have Ryan Kent back. Hopefully Connor Goldson is... No, wait, I said it was Connor Goldson that made that tackle last time. I don't even think he played. It was Leon King. I was giving Goldson credit for saving us. It was King. I didn't even play Goldson in that last game. How can I get... I know he's good, but he's not that good. Surely he can't stop goals for the bench. Last time I checked, anyway. That wasn't an alcoholic beverage being opened, by the way, but if anyone does want an alcoholic beverage, then, you know what, drink responsibly. We don't promote reckless drinking here on the Son of Scotland 90 channel. I don't want demonetised, I don't want cancelled, so if you're going to drink, don't drink and drive either. I think Gio was drinking and driving his entire spell in charge of Rangers, so especially his second half, man, he was garbage. Right, Kenny Black has been appointed the B team manager, assistant manager. I had absolutely no say in this decision. So, I don't even know who Kenny Black is. Ryan Kent now is injured for 6 to 8 days. What a joke. I purposely left him at the Aberdeen game so he wouldn't get injured because he picked up a knock and he was going to be, not fit for the next couple of days. So I left him at the Aberdeen game thinking if I leave him out, he won't get hurt. But it turns out he's went and got hurt anyway, so bit of a mess that is. We'll be without... Are you for Fog Football? I am for Fog Football, mate. There you go, famous. Son of Scotland 90 is for Fog Football. That's one of my many channels that I talk shit on here on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Champions League now. Barcelona, a big 3-0 win over Salzburg. Got AC Milan beating Club Brugge as well. Wonder how Celtic will get on tonight. They'll probably get hammered. I mean, Scottish teams are not doing well here in this season in European football, that's for sure. We're not going to go to the press conference. I'm scared. Don't want to go to the press conference. They're going to ask me tricky questions, and I don't have the answers. I'll save my answers for the pitch. How about that one? Alright, PSG versus Celtic. So you know Gaming G. Yeah, Gaming Jesus is my brother, mate. So yeah, it's fair to say that I do know Gaming Jesus. I know him very well. Gaming Jesus was actually at the last Rangers game. For anyone who wants to know that pointless fact. But let's see, PSG versus Celtic, prediction time. I'm gonna say 5-1 PSG. We'll see. I think PSG will win 5-1. I think Celtic lost their opening game in the Champions League 3-0 to Juventus. Oh, 2-0, that's not bad actually. Although PSG did get Ramos sent off with 5 minutes to go. And it was 2 goals in space of 2 minutes there. Mbappe and Mukele with the goals in the 66th and 67th minute. So, you know what I mean, Celtic actually did not bad. Aye, mate, Motherwell. 3-0, the 3-0 game against Motherwell. I thought Celtic would have lost by more than 2-0 there. I think that's a pretty decent scoreline. That puts the pressure on us now, because if they can only lose 2-0 to PSG, then we need to at least be getting a result here against Union Berlin. Will Connor Goldson come back in? That's the big question, though. We're without Yilmaz suspended. James Sands is unregistered. Ryan Kent's injured. There's a lot of players missing here. We've got a lot of red here in this team. Ryan Kent then. We'll have to put Goldson in there. Sands can't play this one, so we have to remove him for the squad. Remove for the squad. Why is he not removing for the fucking squad? Remove for the squad, mate. Hurry up and go. Sands didn't want to go there. I had to click that about 10 times. And Yilmaz is gone as well. Connor Goldson will bring back in. Don't really trust King in the Europa League games, although he is playing really well, so maybe that's harsh saying that. Cholak will obviously start up front. Scott Wright, I played against Aberdeen. We got the win, but it wasn't great. I think. Where's Sakala? Where's Fashion Sakala? I think we'll play Fashion Sakala. We'll play him on the right. I think I'm going to play it because Matondo's not really been doing much. I'll give Scott Wright the benefit of the doubt, but we will sub out. We'll sub out Matondo for this game. And we will play Fashion Sakala. And maybe in the midfield, I think we'll stick with Lundstrom and Jack. With Cholak. And obviously Barisic will play because Ridvan Yilmaz cannot. And McGregor will come back out for John McLaughlin. Should never put McGregor in the first place, to be fair. And he almost cost us big time against Aberdeen. Right, we're going to go down to balanced. Out of possession. We'll drop slightly deeper in this game, since we are up against a better opposition. I would probably take a point here. I'm not going to lie. Point would be okay. Wouldn't be great, but I think it is crucial that we avoid defeat. If we do lose to Union Berlin, we will find ourselves 5 points behind them after only 2 games. It's a hell of a lot. I'm looking at this team though. I don't really recognise that many players. I think Rani Khedira, he is the brother of Sami Khedira, so I know Trimmel, I know Robin York, but I know the goalkeeper, Rono, but apart from that, I don't know too many players in this team. Now, let's see, let's get the hands together. We are underdogs today, but that suits us. Go and cause a few surprises. I wouldn't say we're that much underdogs. I mean, surely we can beat Union Berlin. Like, it's not like we're against Real Madrid here. We're against some shite team for Germany, man. Come on. Let's do it. Let's go. Geese the win. And we are off. I mean, this stadium looks absolutely packed out here. Ball up to Becker. And Connor Goldson just isn't having it. I tell you what, Tillman's away here. Look at the space. Cholak. He's got Scott Wright. He's found Scott Wright. Oh, man, Scott Wright. You absolute donkey. How's Scott Wright no scored that, man? I shouldn't have started Scott Wright. I knew it, man. Guy's garbage. Barisic's cross. Finds Tillman. Back out to Barisic. Come on. Get it in, Barisic, left foot. Fashion Sakala was there, but he couldn't do anything about it. And Union Berlin will come away with it. And we approach 10 minutes then in the opening half here of this game. And I tell you what, we've started the better team, there's no doubt about it. FEYENOORD have taken the lead though in the other group game, so that's pretty crucial at the moment. We would currently sit third. Free kick. Oh, McLaughlin does enough! And he got the rebound as well. Tell you what, McLaughlin, I don't think the initial save's that good because he parries it straight into the path of the Union Berlin player. However, he done pretty well to save the rebound, so maybe we need to give him a little bit of credit there. He did do decent there to keep that at the back of the net. And he is only one of two players currently averaging above a 7 in this game as we approach half time. Barisic now with the throw in. Looks like he's got an injury problem here. Tillman, looking for Sakala. Jack running in. It's away to Becker again, and now it's Union Berlin. Becker is just going himself here, running at the Rangers defence. It's Mikael. Goldson gets across though, but hits it straight to Trimmel. Ben Davis, back to Barisic. Barisic up to Scott Wright. Scott Wright trying to find Tillman. Tillman gets nicked from behind, and this is through now to Becker. And that's Geraldo Becker with the goal. We're hoping for VAR, but I don't think we're going to get anything. I think it was Khedira with the cross. And yeah, Union Berlin have just stolen a lead right before half time. That's not what we were looking for. Hands together. We need to improve second half. We do need to improve massively. We're going to go positive in the second half. Might also consider going 2 up front, but not right now. We're going to leave it for now and see what we have to offer. Thought the only thing on offer there was a 2-0 lead for Union Berlin. I was about to throw the laptop right out the window. Right, half an hour into the game now. FEYENOORD are 4-1 up, man. FEYENOORD are on fire. Pun intended, even though it's not really a pun, but what we'll go with, we'll stick with it. It's Goldson out to Fashion Sakala. It's Fashion Sakala now. Doing this right hand side. Fashion Sakala. Oh, Fashion Sakala still gets the ball in. Headed away. It's Scott Wright. Scotty Wright looking for Sakala. Back into Cholak. Goal! Antonio Cholak, man. He scores when he wants. And what's the referee doing? The Union Berlin players are pleading for something. What fucking VAR for what? Goal for what? Seriously, what's it been done? Oh, no. Bullshit, that's what that is. Fucking bullshit. I can't believe they've disallowed that. I cannot believe they've disallowed that. That was a perfectly good goal. Right, 18 minutes to go. 18 minutes to go. Christ. What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go 2 up front. Who are we going to sacrifice though? We'll take Barisic off. Can I put Tavernier in the middle? We can. We'll play Tav as a ball-winning midfielder, even though he's not really suited to it actually. Maybe we shouldn't play him there. No, we're going to play Tav on the wing. Screw it. We're going to play Tavernier on the wing. Could this be a good idea? Maybe not. But I do think his crosses could come in to help us. We'll take Sakala off. We'll bring on Glenn Kamara. We're going to bring on Alfredo Morelos. We'll bring on Scott Arfield as well. And Scott Wright, we're going to take off for Tom Lawrence here. We've got one more sub if we choose to use it. We might take off Golds and he's on a yellow card. I'm going to bring on... we need to take Jack off though, don't we? Yeah, we do need to take Jack off. So we'll bring on King and we'll keep Golds on. So there you go. That's the 5 subs that we've made. And we'll see what happens then. And we're going to berate the team for the last 15 minutes and hope that we can create something and hope we can get our way back into this game. We should have had a goal. I mean, Cholak scored a perfectly good goal in my opinion, but obviously the officials, the pricks that matter, didn't they think it was a goal? So yeah, we need to try again. It's Ben Davis to Arfield. Arfield spins around. It's Scott Arfield. Oh, that's lovely for Arfield, but decides to go all the way back to McLaughlin. Kind of just kills any sort of momentum or any sort of good stuff that he done with that initial bit of play. Ball out to Lawrence now. Tom Lawrence, left foot, drills it. Cholak! Oh, he's not scored. He's not scored. I thought it was in. I can't believe that. I thought Cholak had put it in the back of the net. We do get a corner. 10 minutes remain. There is a corner. It's with Ben Davis there. He didn't really get much on that. Oh God, we are going to go attacking. Come on, Morelos, you useless piece of shite. Can Morelos not just... We're going to shoot on sight cross. Yeah, we need Morelos to do something. I'm sorry, Morelos, but come on. You overweight, overpaid, overrated sack of donkey crap. It's... Oh, what's that? It's a pish pass, man. Pish pass. Right, Goldson back up to Kermara. Right, ball out to Tavernier. Get this whipped in. Whipped in. Towards Cholak. Get he's done it. Antonio Cholak. Screw it. Well, what's the referee doing? Referee can go and take a fuck to himself. Why is he coming over? What's the referee doing? Checking it for what? Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. For what? For what? Where's my explanation? Where's... What a prick. He's just disallowed 2 perfectly good Cholak goals in that game. So he's... Oh man, I don't... Disallowed 63rd minute, 88th minute. Cholak scores 2 good goals, and the referee, VAR, and all of them, man. I don't... They all say no. They say no. I don't get it. I do not get it. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. 2 good goals, perfectly good goals. Should have counted both of them. It's almost like this referee's allergic to giving Rangers, like good goals. Like goals. Like I don't even know, man. Fuck that. Honestly, we need to get like an investigation launched into that referee and the entire team of officials there, because that was shite. I'm disappointed I'm disappointed with the officials. I'm not disappointed with the players. We did well there. We did enough to win that, and we got robbed. So they can see now after 2 games we're trailing in the Europa League. We're playing catch up already after only 2 games. I actually cannot believe that, man. Borna Barisic now is going to be took for 1 to 3 days. More injury news. Don't you just love to see it? You love to fucking see it. We've got Dundee United up next. Using Matondo wasn't necessary. What do you mean it wasn't necessary, mate? We're getting beat 1-0. Stupid dick. What do you mean it wasn't necessary? I was trying to get us a result. Oh, God forbid I was trying to actually not lose the game. How's that not necessary? What do you want me to do? Fucking leave all the attacking players on the bench? Tool. What an absolute tool. Alright, finish the episode then with a game against Dundee United. I don't want to say it's must win this early on, but you know what? It's kind of must win, because we're going to lose a lot of ground if we don't win it. And that goalkeeper guy is set to move to Stranraer. He can go ahead. Go and get some game time on loan, mate. Hopefully he can back a better player. Got international friendlies coming up. Honestly, I could not care about any international friendlies. The only thing I care about right now is us whooping Dundee United at Ibrox. We have to whoop them. We need to whoop them. We need redemption. Scottish Cup, first round. We don't enter until like the 4th round, so we're safe for now. We're safe. We're alive. We're still in the cup. Hibernian have just beat Aberdeen by 4-2 as well. So Livingston with a 2-1 win over Kelly. Alrighty then. Getting ready for this big game. We need a big performance. Obviously I want a big performance, because I don't think the performances have been great, but a win is number 1, obviously. Just get the 3 points on the board. Not too sure who Celtic are playing. I would love them to drop points. I guess we will find out momentarily. They are playing St Mirren away from home, and that is the early kickoff. So we should know before our game actually happens or not whether or not Celtic did drop points. And Ryan Kent is set to return, which is good news. Obviously, we want Kent available. And he probably won't start, but I do expect him to feature at least. And you can see that Celtic have won 3 goals in the first half. It gave them a comfortable 3-0 win away from home in Paisley against St Mirren. So they go to 22 points now. They stretch the gap to us to 6, albeit we do have this game in hand against Dundee United. We need to win this, not only to keep up with Celtic, but also to get back in the second place. Hibs now 3 points ahead of us. So Hibs are having a good season. We need to make sure that we get this job done here. So let's go. Cholak will be starting up front. Malik Tillman will be behind him. Scott Wright. Do we play Matondo? Maybe. I don't know, man. Neither. We need. What we really need is Ryan Kent back, but I just don't think he's going to be fit to play in this one from the beginning. Get Yilmaz back into the bench, or maybe even start Yilmaz. I don't know. We'll get James Sands on the bench, even though he's garbage. Let me see, what's Barisic looking like? Barisic isn't fully fit, so Yilmaz can come in. Jack Lundstrom, take Lundstrom out. I'll play James Sands in the middle of the park. We'll play Sands. Can we switch Sands and Ryan Jack? We can. Don't think it really makes that much of a difference, to be fair. You know what? I actually think we're going to give Stephen Davis a game. You know what? We're going to take Sands out, and it's going to be Stephen Davis. I think Stephen Davis deserves a chance. He won't see it the full game. There's no doubt in my mind that he will not be able to, but we will give him a chance to do something. And you know what? I think we're going to give Tom Lawrence a start. I'm going to play Tom Lawrence on the left over Matondo. So that's it. And that's the changes that I've made. Will they be successful changes? Will they be changes that work? Will there be changes that help us get a positive result? I'm hoping so. It's important that we make full use of home advantage, so let's go out there and get a result. That's what I'm telling the lads. I need them to bring it home. Hopefully they can. I think 99% of footballers aren't remotely bothered about the weather, to be perfectly honest. Look, I would agree, but let's be real, the weather in Scotland is really shit, so I mean, it's not your average weather here. You're literally dealing with like the devil's weather, you know, the worst weather in the world. So maybe the average footballer cares a little bit more about the Scottish football weather. But that's what we're going with. McLaughlin, Yilmaz, Davis, Goals and Tavernier, Jack, Stephen Davis, Lawrence, Tillman, Sakala and Antonio Cholak. Dundee United have Fletcher and Tony Watt up front. So there's goal. Look at the midfield. Middleton, Shum, Levitt and McGrath. There's goals in this Dundee United team. But there's also goals to be conceded in this Dundee United team because they find themselves second place. Second last even. I'm glad they're not second. That would demote us in a further place down the league table. They're second last. And their goal difference is minus 14. So that tells me they've been on the receiving end of some absolute hammerings. And I'm hoping that we can add another one of those hammerings today. "20 minutes in though, and I tell you what, not a lot happening. Not a lot happening at all. Right, Stephen Davis whips it in, right foot it. And it's headed away. It will be picked up by James Tavernier. Tavernier spins around. He finds Fashion Sakala. It's to corner Goldson now. Back post. Lawrence. Header! Post! Mulgrew gets ready. 28 minutes in now. We've had 9 shots to Dundee United's 3. We've had 62% possession to their 38. But we're still not ahead. With 10 minutes to go before the break. It looks like Davis needs to come off. Ben Davis to be exact. Will I make that change? You know what? We might make it at half time. Ben Davis looks like he's too tired to continue. So, let's see. We need to thrash the arms here. We need to do something. Come on, guys. It's 0-0 here. I expect us to be in a much better position. Let's go attack in second half. Looks like Lawrence has got a problem as well. So I think we'll be making a couple of substitutions here. Will we just bring Ryan Kent on? We kind of need something to happen. Lawrence is playing out on the left, so it would be perfect for Kent just to come on. But I tell you what, it's through to Cholak. And Smith clears it. It doesn't matter. Cholak can score and they'll just give it offside anyway, so what's the fucking point? Right, let's make these substitutes. I am going to bring Tom Lawrence off because he is injured. Oh my god, I didn't put Ryan Kent. Fuck. I didn't put Ryan Kent on the bench. Disaster. My god, right. Ben Davies is wrecked as well. We'll bring on James Sands to play centre back. I can't believe that. Ryan Kent, I forgot to put him on the bench. This could haunt us big time. Let's get into the instructions. Right, let's go more direct. Let's up the tempo here. Let's get the overlaps going. Let's try and hit early crosses, man. I don't think working the ball into the box is really working for us. I think we've got more chance of scoring if we get delivery into the box, if we get crosses into the box, and just basically aim the ball for Antonio Cholak's head. That's kind of worked for us so far this season. There's no reason why it cannot work today, but live it. Ball through to Stephen Fletcher. Oh, and I'm glad he skied it. Because I tell you what, man, if we went behind, would we get 2 goals in the last 28 minutes the way we're playing? I'm not 100% convinced. I'm really not. Right, let's go. 28 minutes remain then on the clock. It's time to get more substitutes. We're going to take Ryan Jack off. We'll bring on Glenn Kamara. Antonio Cholak is not having a great game, but I don't necessarily know if I want to bring Alfredo Morelos on. Again, I think we might be forced into... You know what? I think I'm going to go 2 at the back. No, I think I'm going to go just Connor Golds at the back on his own and go 2 up front. And we'll bring on Morelos. I don't want to take Cholak, but I do want to bring a striker on. So by this, we're kind of doing both. You know, we're keeping Cholak on, but we're also getting Morelos on to hopefully give him some help. It will probably leave us a bit open at the back, but you know what? I think you've got to do it. You've got to risk it. No risk, no reward, as they say. Now it's Rabbi Matondo doing this left-hand side. He needs to cut in. He needs to try and get across in. He plays it back to Ridfan crosses it in. Morelos was there. He got the header on it, but he just could not direct it on target. So it's a chance for Morelos, you know. Fair play. He created an opportunity, created a chance for himself, but not quite good enough. Now it's Craig Sibbald coming on for Glenn Middleton. Middleton, a former Rangers man, and I believe we're going to make some substitutions now because we are running out of time. 7 minutes to go. We've got 1 sub left to make. It's Arfield or Scott Wright? That's a big question, and I need to answer that question. God, who do I bring on? Who the hell do I bring on? Sakala's having a good game apparently. You know what? I'm going to put Sakala up front. We'll bring on... We'll bring on Scott Arfield. We'll bring on Arfield. Can I put Tillman out wide? Put Arfield through the middle. And we'll put Sakala up front with Morelos. Because I just don't think Cholak's really cutting it today. He's probably annoyed all those legit goals that he scored that didn't count. He's probably given up in life. Anyway, Kamara whips one in. Stephen Fletcher will bring it down. He will take it in his stride. He's played it out to Sibbald. Craig Sibbald will spin back. Finds Shuham, the former Hearts man, and McLaughlin runs out, takes it away from Tony Watt. Big ball up to Rabbi Matondo. Matondo now looking for Cholak. Cholak whips it into Morelos and it's headed away. Fashion Sakala though picks it up. Back post. Cholak! Goal! Antonio Cholak is finally... No, the referee... No way, the referee's over again! What's the referee giving here? He cannot give this off... Oh, finally the referees give us... we are going to stick with the tactical cheat. I cannot believe that, man. Right, we're going to go defensive. I honestly, man, if they disallowed that, I would have been absolutely fuming. Or really, what would have been... I just don't know why they would have done that. Honestly, there was no reason for them to... We're going to take Sands off. We will play Kamara here. Arfield can play here. Tillman can drop down, as can Matondo. And we will also play Sakala behind Morelos like that. So there you go. We are going to just try and see this game out now. And that should be enough, hopefully, to do so. Ball back to Connor Goldson. Goldson just needs to take care of this. Plays it to McLaughlin. Goals and McLaughlin having a nice wee 1-2 here. But we give it away. And that's not ideal. All we had to do was clear it up. It should be fine. Oh, I say that. Goldson makes Amelia, and it's... Oh, no! I don't fucking believe that. It's Matty Kojo. He's got the header on that. And then Dundee United are going to steal a point at Ibrox. Tavernier's taking the blame for the goal. No, we ain't going to make the tactical change now. Of course we're not. Of course we're not. We need to try and get the fucking winner. Right, mentality-wise, we need to just go very attacking, and we need to shout, we need to berate the players, and we need to pray that something happens, but no, nothing's going to happen. We've dropped more points here. It's a draw at Ibrox. It looked like we stole it late on. It looked like that late winner for Cholak was going to be enough, but it turns out no. Turns out that we never just, did enough to get the win. Didn't do enough to go over the line. I'm embarrassed. I'm absolutely embarrassed. Matty Kujo's... I don't even want to talk about his dramatic equaliser. I don't want to talk about anything, to be fair. So yeah, we're going to remain in third place then. Tom Lawrence is injured. Brilliant. It's just more bad news one after another. Callum McGregor got player of the week. Again, that's news that just doesn't do anything for me. And look at that, up next in the league then, we will be taking on Hearts, my team. So yeah, that should be a massive one. That will be a big game. Now we've got 12 days between the Dundee United draw and the Hearts game, so we've got a lot of time to prepare for that. But we do need results to start changing. It has been disappointing. 1 win in our last 5 games, and it was a narrow win over Aberdeen. And even though McGregor did his best to literally try and gift Aberdeen a late equaliser, I do think we were a little bit harshly done. I mean, that Union Berlin game, we scored 2 goals with Cholak that should have counted, and both of them were disallowed. The Dundee United game was a mistake by Tavernier late on. I mean, there's been chances for us to do more than enough to win our last couple of games, but we just haven't done that. And now that we are beginning to panic, so we need something to change. We really do. Let's have a look at how the other teams are doing. Let's see how the other teams are doing in Europe. That's what I want to check first of all. So Celtic, like I said, they've lost both of their Champions League games. I thought they'd lost to Juventus 3-0. They didn't. They lost to Chelsea 2-1. Then they lost to PSG 2-0. So Celtic aren't doing that bad in Europe. It's 2 defeats, but it's not embarrassing. Dundee United lost in the conference playoff path to Astana. That sums up Dundee United in my opinion. Hearts lost 7-0 to Freiburg, but then followed up with an away 0-0 draw in Rennes in France. So I tell you what, Hearts have done well there to get a 0-0 draw. That's promising. And the other team in Europe, of course, is Motherwell, and they didn't make it past their first tie. They lost to Freiburg FF. So yeah, there you go. Scottish teams not having a great time of it at the moment in Europe, but there's still 4 games to go for ourselves, Celtic and Hearts. I'm sure there's loads of time for it to turn around. But never mind Europe. We need to start turning the league around. We need to start turning things around domestically, because like I said, we do trail Celtic by 5 points. They seem to be the form team. They seem to be getting better. We seem to be getting worse. So I'm looking forward to January. I am looking forward to January, even though we're at least over 3 months away. It doesn't change the fact that I think we need to get January right up to us. Antonio Cholak is doing great. I can't deny that. But he's one player. I can't expect Cholak to carry the show. I can't expect Cholak to single-handedly fire us to the 56th title or to fire us into the latter stages of the Europa League. He needs backup. He needs support. So another striker is what I will definitely be looking for when we do get to January. As far as I'm concerned, Morelos can go. He's just not doing anything. I've tried to prolong his Rangers career. I've tried to keep him here. I've tried to play him. I've tried to give him opportunities to see if he can reignite what he used to have in the tank. But I think the tank is empty. The gasoline is running on fumes. And I guess with the current gas prices, he can't afford to top himself up because Morelos just has not been good enough. So that's where we're going to end it then, guys. Like I said, we will be back. Let's see what the games are for the next time. Obviously, we are taking on Hearts in the next one. Next time out, we'll probably play probably just do another 4 games. It'll be Hearts and then back-to-back games against Slovako in the Europa League. And I feel like that's must. I think that's 6 points. Must win 6 points for those games if we want to progress in the Europa League group. We've also got St Mirren in the Cinch Premiership. And I think that is where we will finish up next time out then, because, yeah, why not? Why the hell not, guys? Anyway, that is it. I will catch you in the next one, guys. Thanks for tuning in live for the Rangers rebuild, or if you're watching it delayed the following day on YouTube, on the Sun Scotland 90 YouTube channel, I appreciate that also. If you're on Twitch, Sun Scotland 90 Twitch channel, I appreciate that also. And I appreciate everything. But what I would really appreciate is to get some good referees that ain't going to cancel out genuinely good Cholak goals, because that referee in that Union Berlin game was an absolute disgrace. That's my thoughts on that. Aaron Robertson, 26-year-old fitness coach, aye, why not, hired, boom. But yeah, we need better referees. That's the taking point away from today's episode. We need better referees. And that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you later. But until then, until next time, peace.